What's up, YouTube? Back with another review. I just did the Ben Reilly Spider Carnage review, also known as the Web Striker Spider-Man. But in keeping with theme of symbiotes and alternate universe and alternate Spider-Mans, let's bring out the newest, the latest, and the greatest of the Spider-Man figures. It is the real Ben Reilly himself, also known as Scarlet Spider. He is part of the Marvel Universe line, Series 3, number 14. You see up top there. It reads here, cloned from the DNA of Peter Parker to battle Spider-Man, the Scarlet Spider gradually turned into one of the web slinger's most trusted allies and greatest friends. Battling alongside Spider-Man, he found himself becoming something more than a clone. The Scarlet Spider had finally become a hero in his own right. Now, I don't read too much comic books. I don't know how accurate that is lately. It's been contradicting some of the things that I've already read about, so I'm going to trust Marvel on it because they own it, so they can say whatever the hell they want, and they can make it true. But inside, it's this is actually a variant. Now, I want to talk a little bit about variants and how Hasbro likes to handle variants. The boxes and everything is pretty much the same. Nothing is different about these Marvel Universe lineups. That is part of the Steve Rogers Shield wave. But issue I have with variants is they actually have Scarlet Spider that's standing right side up instead of upside down. Now this is Spider-Man's most famous pose because this is how he comes down from a string of web that he usually dangles from. Now, every superhero has a pose. Superman has his chest out. Batman has his cape over his shoulder in the Dark Mystery. Spider-Man hangs upside down, and that's his gimmick. That is his shtick. The issue I have with the variant of this figure is they actually expect me to pay more money. Now, I'm a collector. They actually expect me to pay more money for this figure, which is called the variant, as opposed to the one that's flipped upside down, or in his case, right side up. I guess it's preference if you're going to keep them in the box, and if you see my collection boxed up the way it is right now, I have almost every figure in the lineup for the Marvel Universe, and almost every figure in the Iron Man and Wolverine, and so on and so on. But when I'm collecting, I realize that there's no point in buying figures that are just going to be posed differently in a box. Colors I could understand, and even then that's stretching it, because if you look at like the Daredevil, light to dark, you want the light 90s version or 80s version of Daredevil, whereas there's the dark one, which eventually is going to lead into the Shadowland Daredevil. Then there's figures like the Wolverine that had two heads, the Jim Lee head and the ugly head, and I didn't get that. And the figure really wasn't that awesome to begin with. To have a variant of it, you really have to have some sort of worth. Now, I heard that Darkhawk, which is coming out, has an alternate variant. There's the 90s Darkhawk, and then there's the modern Darkhawk. That makes a lot more sense. Or the Havoc, where there's the modern Havoc and the variant classic Havoc, which, by the way, goes for way too much money. Some figures don't make any sense in variant form, like the Red Hulk matte finish and glossy finish. You could never tell. Figures like the Electro, same thing, matte and glossy, can't really tell. And some figures are really good variants, like the Miss Marvel one, where their costume is completely changed. And that I can go for. That I can expect to pay a little extra, or even buy another one. These figures aren't cheap. They range, like I said, from 5 to 8. That's affordable by collector standards, because I know some of these guys out there collect the 6-inch DC and Marvel Legends, and those suckers go for $15, $20 retail. So forget the fact that you can get them on eBay for paying more money for them, due to the fact that some of them aren't even made anymore. But this figure, I debated a lot whether I was going to open or not. I said, well, it's the variant version. It's upside down. It's the one that's going to be hard to find, the gem. And then once you open it, no one's going to know it was a variant. No one's ever going to know that this figure, out of the box, was the variant. If I throw this away, which I do, I keep the card, how are you going to know that this was the variant? What's up, Hasbro? Come on. I've supported you since Transformers back in the 80s, 85, 84. I was like 4 or 5 years old. You know, what's up with that? You know, give me something to chase. Have me chase a variant, but not a flipped up figure. Call it a variant. Or like the Son of Scar, where it says Son of Scar, or Son of Hulk, Scar. You have to make more sense on why it's called a variant. Running changes, I've seen. Running variants, I'm not too happy of. Like the Thunderbird that they're warming pegs everywhere, where he's the red and blue X-Men costume, which looked just like, Warpath, which looks just like his brother, Thunderbird. And we just X the X-Force black and silver costume model altogether, but yet you offer him in a 3-pack. I don't know. There's a lot of shadiness going on there, Hasbro. So step it up by Christmas time. Stop making these stupid figures and making me buy 2 of them for no reason, which I'm not. And I'm pretty sure other people aren't either. Now, if I'm going to keep it in a box, I'm always going to go ahead and buy the upside down Spidey, no matter what version of it. There was a Marvel Universe Spider-Man, and I'll get to that in one of my reviews, where one's upside down and the other one's standing up. The difference was the one upside down was a regular colored Spider-Man, red and blue, where the one standing up was red and black. That made sense as a variant, and I can justify that one was different than the other. This one, I saw no difference between his counterpart on the back that's standing up, which is not the variant. So I will open it up and I will compare. So let's get this bad boy open. Well, there he is. There's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, upside down in his case. Now, this is the first figure that I've opened up since doing these reviews that comes with a base. So this should be nothing new to some of you collectors out there, some of you YouTubers that have looked at these figures at other people's site. But to me, it's something new. I've never opened them. So it's kind of like I'm popping my 3/4 inch figure cherry here. Yeah, I said that. So here he is. I've seen reviews on this guy before from other people, and I had this complaint. I heard this complaint where the leg just flies right off, but luckily I don't have that issue. So right off the bat, you can see he's got the thigh swivel, which is really freaky compared to the other one, because he's got that leg where it's about to pop off, but somehow Hasbro came through and gave him a thigh swivel. So that's cool. He has, I guess, torso articulation in there somewhere, and obviously you can twist around. He's got the ball jointed shoulder, which is pretty good. He's got the bicep swivel. He's got the hinged elbow, and he's got the wrist twist, just like the other Spider-Mans. His head is a little hard to move, but stiff, but it is on a ball joint, which is cool. And, you know, again, I'm not a big fan of smudgy paint or bad work, but it does its job. This is a good figure. The paint apps are pretty strong. You know, I can respect it. I like the solid red. You know, the belt is it's actually loose. It looks removable, but I'm not gonna mess with it. And the hoodie that he's got on feels like it's an extra piece. You can see it can move, but I don't really know how you can take it off unless you take his arms out, which I'm not gonna mess with. It's got some cracking, I guess, when they glued the coat right there. And in the back, it's got the Scarlet Spider logo. So this is a cool figure all in all. I mean, I like the belts down below. It's got the hinged or the peg thigh, the thigh swivel, double jointed knee, twist in the ankle, and a little bit of articulation there, little swivel. It's got the pegs below, obviously, because he does come with a stand. So, Scarlet Spider. How you like that? Let's get him on a stand here. Let's see how this goes. get his buddy over here. Let's get his evil clone, the Spider Carnage, which is what it's supposed to be in the storyline. So head to head, who can kick whose ass? Looks to me that Scarlet Spider's got the height on advantage on him. So what's the tail of the tape? Carnage will probably kick Scarlet Spider's ass. Carnage is a murderer. But there you go. Ben Reilly and Ben Reilly. Spider Carnage and the Scarlet Spider. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, in terms of having these two figures made to life, you would never think that Hasbro would, go dig deep. I guess they're running out of characters to put on their Marvel Universe Spider lineup, so that's pretty good, man. That's about it for this review. I will see you guys next time. Please remember, leave comments, subscribe, and keep up the support. I really appreciate it. I'll keep opening more figures and destroying my boxed collection. Take it easy, guys.